Hi everyone, my name is Greg. I'm project manager at Easy IT, gold partner for Odoo in Belgium. For this special Odoo Experience Days, I would like to present to you an interesting business case for which we have been responsible as a partner. The case I will introduce today is actually a perfect example of a customer that has started a small business starting from Excel sheets and other decentralized solutions. And as you would imagine, as the business was growing fast, their need of more integrated and scalable solution has become a necessity. A necessity for the company, but also a necessity for the teams. That's why they consider the Odoo software package as a match. But let me first introduce you the case of my customer LiveLight. In some words, LiveLight is a spin-off company of a very well-known furniture provider in Belgium, known as Ethnicraft. The specificity of LiveLight's business model is that they are not selling or reselling furniture, but they decided to adopt a new way of making business by renting their pieces of furniture. So, for a couple of euros a month, anyone would have the ability to rent a table, to rent a sofa, or any other pieces of furniture. But who else better than the customer could give a testimony about it? Therefore, I would like to introduce you to Priska, co-founder of LiveLight.
Hi everyone, my name is Priska and I'm the co-founder of LiveLight. We launched LiveLight a year ago as a spin-off of the Ethnicraft Group, a well-known Belgian furniture brand. We wanted to make the Ethnicraft story a circular one by using the company's experience in designing and manufacturing furniture to maximize product lifespan. This has since then developed into a novel business model that we like to call Furniture as a Service. LiveLight offers premium monthly furniture subscriptions for both homes and offices. Our subscriptions range from 1 to 48 months, where we take care of all delivery, installation, and pickup. And once you've started renting our furniture, you then have full flexibility to swap, return, or buy out your pieces whenever you want. So LiveLight allows end consumers and businesses to get their dream interior for an affordable monthly fee with full flexibility and peace of mind. Our headquarters are located here in Antwerp, from which we serve the whole Benelux area. We're now also starting to expand to France and Germany too. Today, we have about 6 users in Odoo, as well as a few extra logins for a host of bright interns who work with us every day. So before implementing Odoo, we were facing a lot of operational challenges. Working in Excel was fine at first, but after the first few months, it turned into heavy manual work. We were then working in multiple Excels that we had automated as much as we could, but at some point we hit our limits. Then our customer database and inventory databases rapidly grew and became quite complex. Let me give you an example. We have to keep track of, on a daily basis, LiveLight's own stock, our incoming stock that is available for us to purchase from our sister company Ethnicraft, products that need to go through a quality check before delivery, products that need to be delivered, products that are currently being rented out at different customer locations, products that have returned and that need to be refurbished, and finally, products that are being refurbished and that will be ready to be rented out soon. You can imagine. So it was a lot of work for the customer service team to find answers rapidly for our customers. But next to that, as the business model evolved, the team evolved, and our automations from early on started to show some bugs. That just meant more manual checks to make for every logistics move. And another challenge LiveLight had was linked to accounting. We sell monthly subscriptions, which means recurring payments and recurring invoices. Before Odoo, we were making over 100 invoices manually every month. That's pretty crazy. And on the front end of the business, the website in our case, we also faced a major hurdle with our website platform. We went for a well-known website builder that offered beautiful designs, but very limited features for subscriptions. The recurring payments wasn't optimal, and more importantly, there was no link with our back-end inventory, so every logistics move had to be made manually. So, how did we choose Odoo? Well, when searching for an ERP system late last year, we realized that the Live Light business model was still very new. We couldn't find a ready made solution for it. As a startup, we wanted something affordable that could easily adapt as the company grew and evolved. And out of all the ERP systems we looked at, Odoo seemed to be the closest fit to our subscription service. And we knew that it was possible to customize it at a reasonable price to our exact needs. So at the beginning of 2021, we started to implement Odoo in partnership with Easy IT based here in Belgium. And it's been a great experience so far. Let me highlight some of our favorite Odoo applications that we use on a day-to-day basis. The most important one would have to be subscriptions. In combination with sales and accounting, the subscription app lets us create recurring invoices that are automatically created and sent out to clients every month. Next to that, the inventory app has also been great in keeping track of each individual product. Because of our ambition in circularity, we need to keep track of each specific piece of furniture in detail. Where it is, how old it is, where it's been, how long it's been rented out for, when and how it's been refurbished. Odoo lets us see this through the traceability reporting of each serial number. And finally, we're currently rolling out the website and e-commerce application to have a real seamless integration between the business front end and the back end. We'll also be improving the customer experience with the customer portal, where clients will be able to sign an offer, manage their subscriptions, or find all of their invoices in one place. LiveLight is a service company, so the customer experience, whether it's online or offline, remains our number one priority. These applications have all brought on big improvements, but it wasn't all out of the box. We still had to customize quite a bit. A good example is the subscription app, because it wasn't really adapted to subscriptions of physical products. We had to add a link to the inventory app here. Another example is the sales application, because we have different prices per product, depending on the length of the subscription chosen. But luckily, we managed to solve this by using and adapting the price lists. And then the website and e-commerce needed quite a bit of front-end design work to stay in line with our branding and offer the best customer experience. For example, we like to show the retail price of a product, strike it out, and then show the price per month next to it. We had to add a few more mobile responsive features too to our websites, and then adapt the shop page as it's very focused on product level and not enough on product variant level for us. And finally, we also had some trouble figuring out how to set up reporting across several applications, which wasn't that simple. So now, how did Odoo impact our business? The biggest impact was really internal, helping us save a lot of time and energy. First of all, there's considerably less time spent on administration, the input of orders, and tracking our stock. The automatic link between the website and the back-end operations is invaluable. More importantly, we now avoid any errors as most of our flows are automated. And I have to say, the team also really enjoys a scheduled activities function to follow up on their to-dos. So in general, I'd say it's made it much easier, less frustrating, and more fun for the team to work on the day-to-day operations. On the other side, we also see a nice impact on the customer. They now have correct, real-time stock availability. They have faster response rates from our customer service team, who can now see all quotes and orders, as well as current and incoming stock in real time. But also a better experience on the website as a whole, with the customer portal to come soon. Now we look forward to seeing what's coming out with version 15. Thanks for listening.
Thanks a lot, Priska, for this testimony about your experience with Odoo V14. Dear public, let me now conclude this customer experience by explaining you how we, Easy IT, as Odoo Gold Partner, have been able to help our customer in the journey of the implementation process of their new software. Our first mission when we start a project is to understand our customer. By this, I mean to understand their current pains and gains, to get to know their future requirements, and most of all, to simply understand their business, because it's all about their business. Therefore, we have started our mission by identifying three needs. First, we concluded that they had high-level requirements. The first one is the need of a well-designed and user-friendly website. As visibility on the internet is very crucial for the business, it had a lot of importance. Second, the need for managing and tracing the inventory on a very easy way. Because they deal with a lot of furniture that are rented, they have to know and being able to trace them, to know where they are. When they come back, they have to be able to put them back in the stock. So this was the second challenging part. And finally, the third, the need for an automated and flexible invoicing and payment system. As we speak about recurring business, making payment easy is of high importance. Consequently, when the goals were set up, the second part of our mission was to analyze the functional requirements and to identify the gaps. For example, we have been working together to improve the price list by making them dynamic and selectable by the user in the front end on the website and connected to the subscription model. Then, connecting the subscription to physical products, being able to trace them all over the system, from the supplier to the customer, till the return of the goods in stocks. And finally, a third challenging mission was to help them to automate all the payment methodology by using, by one hand, the SEPA mandates model, and by the other hand, any credit card payment system. This including the migration from the actual system they were using to the new environment in Odoo. Finally, one of the most important missions we had in our job to guide our customer through the major steps of the implementation process was to focus on three important points. First, guiding to the right decisions and challenge those decisions regarding the requirements they have. Secondly, detailing the standard flow of Odoo prior to make new developments. And third, always advising their decisions. The journey of Live Light is just a start, as they decided to go for most of operational models in the first phase. They are now willing to go for the next step, which is going to the implementation of the second phase by implementing the accounting and all the financial process that are behind. I hope this business story will give you some more insight about the amazing scalabilities that Odoo offers. But surely, if you are here, it is because you have heard about it. So we would be delightful to discuss about our experience and to share in a session after this presentation. This was the business case of Live Light, presented by Greg from Easy IT, Odoo Gold Partner in Belgium. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Greg, for this talk, and thank you, Odooers, for joining us. Now it's the time to ask questions as we are in the Q&A session. So whatever comes to your mind, please do. And now we will begin with them. The first thing, when it comes to your methodology, what do you believe is the key driver of your success when it comes to this client?
Yeah, well, when I think about Live Light and how we made the project, I think one of the key success was the fact that we divided the project in three big phases. We started first by implementing the backend, so everything related to the inventory and to the subscription of the customer. So actually, we built the backend of the Odoo interface. That was the first step that we did, and now we are working on the second step, which is working on the front end, which is working on the website interface. So we really divided the project in steps, what gave us actually the ability to be a little bit more easy going on the implementation process and to take the time. So as I explained in the video, and as Priska explained very well, they went from really divided system with Excel sheets, with Shopify, with Klaviyo interfaces, to a one centralized system. So this is a process which takes time, and the best way to do that actually is to cut it in some parts. And the idea is to go for the third step, uh, beginning of next year, which will be to implementing all the accounting layer.
Okay, perfect. And when it comes to methodology itself, did you receive some support from Odoo as well? And maybe you could attribute a little bit of a success to Odoo?
Yeah, actually, yes. It's true that we are enjoying from this kind of events to watch some videos and to listen to customer success from other partners, other people, and also implementation process. I think about the video of Catherine. So there are really good advices, and we try to use this advice from the community to find the best way to implement. Here, it's not only our advice. I think it was also a good move from the customer, which wanted to take it step by step, which was a really smart move. And by that way, it was actually a really success in the implementation.
Okay, that's perfect. You mentioned as well that the customer moved from quite famous software such as Shopify and Klaviyo. What's the main driver for the customer to really choose not to pursue these mainstream softwares and switch everything to Odoo?
Yeah, the one of the main driver for the customer was to have a really centralized system. So as Odoo could provide one, their objective is really to have everything in Odoo, and I think till now they are really satisfied about it. The second step we are working on for the moment is about marketing automation and also the integration of the website. So as you know, Shopify is one of the leader in website implementation. Klaviyo is one of the leader in marketing automation. But even though they find Odoo a really interesting partner, and as I could see today on the V15, which is really promising for them, there are lots of improvements that's making Odoo much more a good choice for them. So I really believe in their choice being a very good choice at the end.
Hmm. That's definitely true. Well, we're we're in the age where everything is sold as a software as a service. So this business model, software as a service, infrastructure as a service, well, even furniture as a service, it's becoming more and more popular. And do you believe that Odoo is the choice for these companies to go with and implement their business model on that?
Yeah, sure, and I believe also with the implementation of the subscription app, Odoo is. I think subscription was implemented in V12 or V13. They were already taking the good direction. So from what I saw today from the V15, we are still going in the good direction, and today it's difficult to find one ERP system that does everything that Odoo does. So if I'm looking at the business model of LiveLight, which is a really innovative
Hmm.
business model in subscription model, I really believe Odoo is a really good player. Sure.
Perfect, perfect. All right, we have a little bit easier question from the audience. You mentioned that you've been working with Odoo for more than 3 years. Which model is the most favorite of yours, and maybe you saw some of these modules grow really much during these years?
Yeah, that's an easy question and also a little tricky. For me, it's more a question of affinity. I really like the inventory model because it's a module where you can really manage all your stocks from start to the end, and it's a really powerful the possibilities that you have in this model. So, and it's also one that I master the most. So for sure, that's also the reason why I would suggest this one as being my preferred one. But yeah.
All right. One more question from the audience. As we do understand, you've implemented a little bit of custom developments too. What percentage of these custom developments took in the whole project, approximately, of course?
Yeah, I think it's a good question, and it's also a good question about the methodology that you ask in the beginning of your first question. When we do a project like this, we first try to understand what are the needs of the customer. Second thing, what we do, we're trying to design the gap analysis to see what are the needs, what is in the standard of Odoo, and what is not in the standard of Odoo. Our main objective for us and for the customer will always be to advise for going for the standard of Odoo. But for sure, it's not always possible to stay in the standard. So it happens that we have to make some developments, but we try to do it always on a layer above, so not to try to change the flow of Odoo. So I would say for this project, we have done about 20% of development, but most of them are little feature like design stuffs because the front end is really important for this customer, and so some design information was really touchy. So if I have to look at really the back end and the big changes, we are at less than 10% in this kind of project.
All right, thank you for this answer. One more question from the audience. On which platform are you running? Are you running from online or SH, or do you have some service on premise?
We are working on SH, so it's a full Odoo SH. Yeah.
Okay, and just maybe probably the question would be formed like, do you feel that it's more than enough for these a little bit more extensive projects when it comes to resources, when it comes to responsivity and everything like that?
Actually, Odoo SH is really comfortable to use because it's a really nice interface for project manager, for business analysts to go in, because it's really easy to connect as another person, so to have a look of the different views, to also be able to access in the background, see the emails, see the logs, have a way to debug. So really the use of Odoo SH is really added value that Odoo made in the project. So we are partner. We are using lots of Odoo SH for medium, regular size projects. When it comes to bigger projects, then we go more for dedicated servers. But for this type of starting company, it's perfect to start from there, and it doesn't stop to evolve to a more dedicated the time it's needed.
Okay. And I would just love to go back a little bit to methodology as well, because I really do find fascinating how we are challenging the well, not basic, but the standard way IT projects are being done. Quite a few customers, they might even say that IT projects are difficult to measure, and usually they balloon when it comes to cost, when it comes to deadlines. Could you compare how much time would it take to go live with this old methodology of what we call Big Bang and this new methodology that you've been using of incremental implementation?
Yeah, for sure. It's also a cost-effective methodology, so that's really interesting indeed. When you go step by step, your focus is more clear, the objectives are more defined, and it's easier to go forward. So for sure, that's really interesting methodology to go with. But you have to have your customer to want to go that methodology. So here in this case, we had the customer wanting to go that methodology, which was really interesting. So now they are evolving step by step, and also the more they evolve, also their way of thinking is evolving. So they are more smart when they ask questions. They are more smart when they try to test something. So now they are also coming to me to say, hey Greg, I've seen this on the App Store, do you think we can use it? And that's really the nice way of doing, and there you understand that your customer is actually being better than you because he's mastering his business and its tool, and then you understand that the project is for a part achieved.
Perfect. All right. Some of the audience members, they are really interested in how you set up your subscription model. So not giving away too much of your secrets. Could you dive deeper into it and just explain what good practices were used in this case?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think it's an interesting model, and it's also the ability of the completion of all the modules that are behind, because it's not only the subscription module, but everything starts from the inventory module. So we have our stock. Our stock is based on a serial number, so it means every stock is unique. And once a stock goes to a sales order, it then goes to a subscription, and then from the subscription you have a renting system which is turning. Once the customer is saying, okay, I want to stop my subscription, then the stock is coming back, the subscription is taking an end, the sales order is taking an end, and the stock is coming back in the stock. And from that moment you can start again with the same product. So that's also one of the good points of this business model from Livelight. And when you are looking more specifically about the subscription model, it's really linked from every side with the sales module, with the inventory module, with the website, with the payment methodology. So everything is integrated. We didn't speak that much in the video, but we integrated as well the subscription model with payment system like Stripe, like the SEPA model, which is also very powerful in what Odoo offers and really standard. So that was also very easy to use and to implement actually.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for all of these answers. Thank you for this talk. Really, really fascinating. And I do believe that these businesses that offer pretty much everything as a service, they will be popping up, and hopefully they will be using Odoo because, as you showed, it's the perfect platform for them. All right, Odooers, thank you so much for joining us in this talk, and let's continue this Odoo experience. Thank you.
Thank you.